There's plenty to see, there's plenty to do in Miss Caroline's cupboard.
Hello girls, and welcome to your maths lesson. So, for today's lesson we're going to be comparing and ordering fractions. You did this right at the start of year 6. So hopefully you're going to be able to remember what to do. But I'm going to go through it with you anyway, just to remind you. Let's begin. Here are our 4 fractions that we have to compare and order. You will notice that this fraction here looks slightly different. That's because it is a mixed number. Before we begin ordering our fractions, we have to convert this back into an improper fraction. That will allow us to compare it to the other fractions. So let's start off with this one here. If you see one of these, you need to start off by converting it into an improper fraction. But how do we do that? So, first of all, what we're going to do is to start with our denominator. Our denominator remains the same. It's a 6, so it's going to be a 6 in our improper fraction. To find out our numerator, it's very simple. We're going to multiply our whole number by our denominator. So we're going to have 1 whole, 6 out of 6. 1 times 6 is 6. And then you're going to add on your parts. So we've got 2. So it's 1 times 6 plus 2, which is 1 times 6 plus 2. 1 times 6 is 6, plus 2 is 8. So that is how we find our improper fraction. Now you can see that we've got a heavier number on top than we do on the bottom. And that's why it's called improper fraction, and why we would usually turn it into this mixed number here. But we're going to turn it back into an improper fraction to help us today with our comparing. So that's our improper fraction. Remember, you use the same denominator and then you times the whole number by the denominator and add the numerator. That's going to give you your numerator for over here. Okay, so let's write this one up here. Right then, we're getting there. So the next thing we need to do is to find a common denominator. At the moment, we've got 6, 6, 9 and a 3. We can't compare those numbers. It's like comparing an apple, an orange and 2 cherries. We have to make it all the same fruit. So we're looking for a common denominator, something that appears in the 3 times table, the 9 times table, and the 6 times table. So let's have a look at my tables to help me. So, 3 times table, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. In the 6 times table, we have 6, 12, 18, 24. In the 9 times table, we have 9, 18, 27, 36. What appears in all 3 times tables? There's a big clue there. It's 18. Well done, girls. 18 appears in all 3 times tables. So that can be our common denominator, can't it? We can turn all of our denominators into 18. So let's turn them all into 18. Right, now what have we got to do? Now we've got to convert our numerator into the correct numerator for here with our new denominator. The way we do that is we see how we converted our denominator to 18, and we do the same to the numerator. So how do we get a 3 into an 18? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. We multiply it by 6. So we have to multiply 2 by 6. What's 2 by 6? It is 12. Well done. Right, next one. How do we get from a 9 to an 18? We times by 2. So we have to times 4 by 2 as well. 4 by 2, 8. How do we get from a 6 to an 18? 6, 12, 18. We times by 3. So we've got to times our 7 by 3 as well. 7, 14, 21. And then finally, how do we get from a 6 to an 18? We know it's by 3. So we times 8 by 3. 8, 16, 24. Right, now we're looking better, aren't we, girls? We've got 18, 18, 18, 18, and we can actually compare our fractions now. So if we want to order them from smallest to largest. Which one would come first? The smallest fraction, can you see? Is it 12 over 18, 8 over 18, 21, or 24? You got it. This one here is going to be our number 1. Which one's going to be our number 2? Well done. Number 2, number 3, number 3, and number 4. So that is our order from smallest to largest. So girls, that is what you are going to do today. You are going to be doing an activity called Button Bashers on Education City, where you are going to have to compare and order fractions just like this. You might have to convert some mixed numbers into improper fractions first before you begin. Then you have to find your common denominator. Then you have to put them in order. If you have any questions, girls, please watch the video again first. If not, you can ask us on Dojo or Google Classroom. Good luck, girls. Bye.